How's it going, everyone? So today we have a set of spark plugs. If you were to go on the internet and type in whatever spark plug it is, for instance, this is a BPR 60S, and technically this one is too. This one, however, I purchased at my local store. These are small engine plugs, so if you are looking for automotive, normal car plugs, this is going to be basically the same thing, except these are specifically for small engines, so keep that in mind. So I made a video on how you shouldn't buy it online because you don't really know what you're getting. You could be getting a counterfeit. So let's say you don't really care. You just want to get the price point and you just want to, get as much life as you can out of a cheap plug, and you're okay with it. I'm going to go over some of the differences and potentially some of the problems, especially with the quality. I'm going to go over the quality issues at the end, what could be causing some of the problems. So let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, we have a multimeter here. It's set to ohms. Just to make sure, I'm turning it off and turning it back to ohms. Now, because there's an R in this code, that means it is a resistor plug. So it's going to be a little higher than normal, or than others that aren't. So let's take a reading. Now mind you, this is supposedly the same plug. It is reading 5.41. Okay. Make sure your connections or your probes are nice and clean. These are brand new plugs, by the way. In fact, I literally just opened it. This one, however, came in a packet of like 5, and I paid like $6 for them, or some ridiculously cheap amount. So let's look at this one. Let's turn it over. We are reading, when it's not reading open, it's jumping back and forth. It goes from 3 to like 12 to 9. Let's see if we can't just get it to stay put. Now it's reading 40. I don't really like the idea of putting my hand on it, but you might have to. Okay, so it's just jumping back and forth a little bit too much, which is what to be expected. But the lowest one that it would even show is about 5 to 6. Let's try it one more time, shall we? Just to be thorough. The other one, well, yeah, it did jump around a little bit. It didn't jump around nearly that much. Is that even reading? Okay, now we're in kilo ohms, which is what we were reading before, and it's like 135, 136, 130. So we're going to go back to the other one just to make sure we did it right. See if we can reproduce our results here. Also kilo ohms, 5.467. So we're able to reproduce our results more or less within a very small margin. This one, if you were to put it in there, would spark normally. This pile of trash is so out of whack and so out of spec, I don't even know what to consider it. Now, literally, this is what you type in. If you type in the same code, you get these. Or if you get kits in the mail for repair or just cheap kits, you'll get these. They look almost the same. If you didn't have another one to compare it to, you probably wouldn't really notice too much of a difference. I mean, obviously there's small differences, but for the most part, they look the same. But as we can tell, they're not the same. This has a much higher resistance value than this, so it's just not a good idea. That's why these are garbage. Small engines could probably get away with it for a short amount of time, but over the course of time, it's just going to be giving you a whole lot of issues. So let's talk about this. It's going to be a pretty short video. What are some of the issues? We're going to go over small engines first. Pretty easy. It's going to give you less power. It's going to give you poor fuel burning, because potentially it's getting a very weak spark and it's not going to be hot enough to really ignite the fuel mixture efficiently, and it's going to give you a lot less power and a poor fuel mixture, especially if you're out of tune. It's just going to like make that even worse. So these are literally trash. This is not worth the metal that they used to make this. The only good thing this could possibly do is if you make those little like piston dudes and these like, this is like made it look like a cigarette or something. That's it. That's literally the only good thing this is for. So good one, it's about $5 or so, maybe $4.50 depending on where you want to get it from. This one like $1.25. So yeah, so small engines, we know it's going to happen. What about cars? That's probably why you clicked on this. Vehicles, what's going to happen is the same basic thing. It's going to give you less power. It's going to give you poor combustion in each cylinder, whatever ones you put it in, hopefully all of them. Or I guess technically, hopefully none of them. But let's say you have a little 4-cylinder and you put 4 new plugs in there. Well, you're going to notice, probably not immediately, but pretty shortly after, you're down on power. And you probably won't smell anything unless it's a really old vehicle. But if you have a newer vehicle, you very well might start throwing codes. You very well might cause the engine to run very poorly. You could potentially having poor combustion, which then goes into your catalytic converter and causing issues there. So you could be causing a whole lot of issues. Point of the story is, for $5 for 4 of these, $20 for 4 of these, while yes, it is 4 times the price, but you get well over 4 times the quality. In addition to that, let's say the porcelain right here. There's a electrode that goes from this point to the center point, and then that sparks to this little this large metal outside area, has a little arm, and this arm is grounded. That's how it's able to spark. Let's say, for instance, this porcelain breaks. Well, at the very least, it's going to break and cause potential issues, but more likely than not, when a porcelain breaks, you're probably going to break the electrode, and this spark plug itself is just not going to work, and you'll be down a cylinder. So then you have a whole lot of issues with that. Same thing, catalytic converter issues, loss of power, rough idle, rough anything. It's just not a good idea. So this, perfectly fine to use, highly recommended. If your manual says NGK or Autolite or Bosch or whatever it is, buy it. Buy that one and go to a reputable source. Caveat, there are reputable sources online. If you go to like a normal auto parts website, Rock Auto is one of them, and they tell you you're buying NGK, they're reputable, they've been around for a long time, that's completely fine. I'm talking like Amazon or eBay, you get like a whole pack for like way cheaper, and you're thinking you're getting a great deal, when really you're just causing yourself more money in the future. Having said that as well, let's turn this off before it starts beeping at us. You can find legit plugs on Amazon. Let me explain how. When you go and find the plug, a couple things to look for. One, it's roughly the same price that you would be expecting to pay anywhere else. Nothing's for free. That's it. Nothing's for free and nothing's for cheap. If it's for cheap, it means it's on sale, and someone's taking a loss somewhere. If it's not on sale and it's cheap, means the quality had to take a loss from somewhere. So there's that one. 2, you can usually tell who's sending it. If you see a name that sounds really odd, don't do it. Just don't. Buy one that says it's coming from like an auto parts store, or maybe even from the manufacturer itself. That is probably the safest bet on that website. Or here's an idea. Unless you legitimately need it, like, and you can't drive, go to your local store. If you don't need it immediately, but you're just doing a tune-up, go to a reputable place online. That's it. Simple, easy. Don't get confused about it. Don't be scammed. Get the good quality one. There's nothing worse than waking up on a Monday morning, it's already Monday, and you have to go to work, and the next thing you know, your car isn't running right. So now it's both Monday and your car's not running right, and your day's already starting off in a horrible way. Your entire week's starting off in a horrible way. Don't do that. So, I wanted to go over that. Don't buy cheap plugs. Just don't do it. Go ahead and leave you at that. Follow me on Instagram at SmallEngine101. If you like what you see, keep watching. Definitely subscribe. Put a thumbs up if it helped you out, because it definitely helps me out. And I'll catch you on the next video. You have a good night.